In 2023, the AFL had its first ever gather round, and Adelaide and Fremantle designed special guernseys for the occasion. I was genuinely surprised that more teams didn't do the same, and I suspect we'll see the majority of teams wear a special guernsey for gather round in 2024. So in this video I've created a new gather round guernsey for every team for 2024. We'll split this video over two parts with 9 teams in each video, so be sure to check out part 2 when it's out. We'll start off with the Adelaide Crows, and I think the design for them is a pretty obvious one. We'll keep the design from their 2023 gather round jumper, which was a pretty popular design, but we'll have a red base instead of navy. I think this will look particularly great with navy blue shorts. For Brisbane, we've gone back to an old Fitzroy design, obviously replacing the FFC monogram with the lion. What I like about this one is it's a callback to a historic Fitzroy jumper, but also fits in with their current Guernsey set. And it's a nice kind of alternate kit, which I think is what these gather round jumpers should be. Carlton was definitely a bit of a challenge as they don't have much variety in their Guernsey history to draw inspiration from. In the end, we've gone with this two-tone of blue design, which again is a nice alternate design, while not being too big a departure from their classic jumper. Collingwood is an obvious one. I'm actually surprised they didn't wear the swooping magpie design they created for 2023 in gather round. For this one, I've gone with my pinstripe version of the swooping magpie as it brings a slightly new flavour to this classic design. Essendon was another challenging one. I've decided to do something other than the sash because gather round should be an opportunity to do something a little different with your Guernsey designs. The red bomber logo looks great, and I think if I were a Bombers fan, it'd be pretty cool to have something fresh to add to the Guernsey collection. For Freo, we've gone with a bit of a callback to the original green and purple away jumper, this time in a chevrons version, where we've also got rid of the red collar and cuffs just to modernise the design a little bit. Freo's green retro Guernsey has definitely been one of the more popular retro designs for the club, so I think doing a modern version of that for gather round could also be a popular choice. Up next is Geelong, who actually wore a special jumper for gather round in 2023, but it was hardly any different to their normal kit. This time we've stuck with the hoops, but gone with a grey on navy colour scheme, which I think works well as another alternate variant of the classic home jumper. For Gold Coast, I've recycled my Rising Sun design. I actually think this should replace Gold Coast's home Guernsey full time, but for now we'll introduce it as a gather round jumper. For GWS, we've gone back to the big G design that should have always stayed as their home jumper. This time we've gone with a black on orange version, and especially with black shorts, I think this will look really good. Leave your thoughts on these designs in the comments, and I'll see you in part 2.